Hello everyone, I am Erika of Beadingschool.com and you are watching Coffee Time with Erika, my weekly BEADY broadcast. Today I am going to talk about bead shapes that we can use to create mosaic patterns on our bead mats. But first, please let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me. I would like to make sure that everything is all right before we would start talking about important beady things. I see Cindy saying good morning, Erika and ladies. Hi, Cindy. I see Ginny. Ginny says, hope everyone is having a lovely day. Miriam is here also. So good to see you, Miriam. Lita is also here. Thank you so much for letting me know, Lita, that the sound and also the voice is all right. Also, Miriam let it know to me. Sherry is also here. Christine is watching. Many beading friends from all around the world. So these days we are playing with the Spice Bazaar Beading School Academy theme box. The inspiration behind it were the vibrant markets of Istanbul, Morocco, India, and more. In these countries, we often see buildings decorated with mosaic patterns, gemstones, and shiny pieces of glass. That's why I selected some rectangular beads also for this collection, so we can mimic the mosaic effect on our bead mats. And during this coffee time with Erika, I will give you a big overview of bead shapes that are fit for mosaic patterns on our bead mats. And also I will tell you a bit about the original mosaics and their journey through the whole world. To join me for the next Beading School Academy team and about 500 other beaders from all around the world, all you need to do is visit beadingschoolacademy.com, choose your level of membership. It can go from yellow, which is only a digital membership containing a single tutorial, to turquoise, which contains a lot more, also a beautifully curated bead box that will be delivered to you, all the way to the fuchsia level student membership of Beading School Academy that gives you the biggest, sparkliest box and more tutorials and access to everything connected to the academy, including quizzes, including games, including the storytelling night, and so on. And before I would start, I would like to show you one more time the video about how does that box that I mentioned look like. In the meantime, many other beaders joined us, and I see Rachel saying hello to all the lovely ladies here today. Your presence always warms my cold Canadian days. I hope you are all well. And Lita says, my box is coming today. And Bernadette says, hello, Erika. This was my first Advent adventure. I really loved every day. I received my package today. This was the highlight of the day. Thank you very much, everyone. And dear Bernadette and everyone who joined, thank you so much. And thank you for letting me know that you enjoyed the Advent adventure. And please keep talking about it with your beading friends and invite them to join next time. The early bird tickets for the Advent adventures are gone. They were gone in about a week, but we have the normal bird tickets waiting for new beading friends. And Linda says, Jerusalem in Israel also has big bazaars and markets with influences from our neighborhood countries. Linda, that is amazing. And I'm so sad actually that I haven't yet had the chance to visit Israel and Jerusalem. It is definitely on my travel list. I would love to get to know it better, a lot better. And I hope that more peaceful days come to the life of your country, and I get my chance to discover what is hiding inside, what kind of secret treasures are hiding in the bazaars of Jerusalem. So today we are going to talk about mosaics. First, I will tell you a bit about the mosaic patterns, and then in the second half of the video, I will talk about the bead shapes that, in my opinion, are just perfect to recreate that mosaic effect on our bead mats. So now, before we would dig into all that beady knowledge, let's take a step back. I will adjust my camera in the meantime a little bit. Let's take a step back and look at the source of inspiration for the Spice Bazaar Beadingschool Academy bead box. So the countries that we are visiting during this Beadingschool Academy team are mainly Islamic countries. And all the time since the earliest Islamic architecture, you can see an abundance of mosaics, both in secular and also in religious buildings, decorating the inside and the outside of the buildings too. And the picture that you can see next to me now, I took it in 2012 in Casablanca. That was my first time in Morocco, together with my sister. And it is from the outside of one of the biggest mosques in the world. The journey of mosaics through different lands and times is a great example of how cultures interact. Linda also just mentioned that in Jerusalem she has mosaics and all kinds of beautiful bazaars. So everywhere we go, like, cultures interact with each other. So we can see the earliest examples of mosaics already from Mesopotamia, from the 3rd century BC. Later, they got incredibly popular in Roman and Greek art, which both had then a big impact on the visual arts of Northern African countries and also the Middle East. And later, much later, they also appeared in Spain and Portugal because of the influence of the Muslim culture. And what you see now is a gate from Fez. It's called the Blue Gate in Fez, and there is a frame around the main pattern and also the 2 window-like parts that are decorated with mosaics. I also looked up some pictures for you that I took in Morocco, in Oula Lili, to show you how this interaction of cultures has happened, or at least a bit of some steps of it. So the mosaic that you can see on this picture is from the remains of a Roman settlement in Morocco. And the mosaics, you can walk around. It's incredibly beautiful, and it is an amazing experience how you can walk around in this old Roman settlement in Morocco. And what you see, the bricks, are the outlines of the houses, and the houses of the nobility often had these beautiful mosaics, well, instead of carpets, I guess. And these mosaics, they were the most beautiful I have ever seen. And it was so special that I could see them by walking around in the open air instead of seeing them in a museum. It was really, really amazing. And in the meantime, Debbie says also that she just got her box and everything is beautiful. And she's home from work because she's sick. Or at least you get to enjoy the box and get well soon, Debbie. And Cindy would love to see also a beading box made in Israel, and that would be wonderful. And Kimberly says mosaics are interesting because if you look closely, you will see ancient symbols and geometry embedded in the design. So intriguing and beautiful. Indeed. And for Miriam, the most impressive mosaic she ever saw was the walls of the Taj Mahal in India. And Linda mentions another cultural connection, that Israel was also occupied by the Roman Empire, among else. So, indeed, there are lots and lots of these connections. I have here another mosaic from Morocco from Ola Lily, and this time the mosaics feature some animal figures. And while the Spice Bazaar collection was born in my beading room here in Amsterdam, now I would like to take a turn back after showing you pictures from mainly from Morocco. I would like to show you a picture I took yesterday during a walk in this sunny afternoon. So wells like this that you see next to me now are very common on the streets of Turkey and Morocco and also other countries. And often these wells are decorated with mosaic patterns. And thanks to the significant communities from these countries that live here with us in Amsterdam, I spotted this well decorated with mosaics yesterday, not far from where I live, in the courtyard of a neighborhood center where locals can meet to socialize, cook, and eat together, and to get to know each other, of course. And wells are traditionally significant meeting places. And I love how the one that I showed you is placed next to a place that continues to create this opportunity to meet for people. And for comparison, I looked up also a picture of a traditional well from Morocco to show you how a traditional well looks like in its origin compared to this was the one in Amsterdam created recently, and this is the one in Morocco. And mosaics, they can be made of marble, of clay, of gemstones, of tiny pieces of glass, or even from metals. And usually they shimmer beautifully when the sun shines on them. And if you would like to learn more about mosaics, I would like to recommend you to look up the special type of mosaic called zeli. It's spelled ZELLIJ, and I found a really interesting article about this type of mosaics, and I just posted the link for you so you can maybe look it up and read about mosaics if you would like to learn more about them. And while we were looking primarily at geometrical arrangements today and the beads that we can use to bring this, and also we will look at beads that bring back this geometrical vibe, I would also like to emphasize there are also other types of mosaics. You could see animals in the Roman one that I showed you, but also human figures can be created from mosaics. If you go to a Byzantine temple, then you will see beautiful examples of it. And Miriam already mentioned it, but one of the most beautiful buildings in the world, the Taj Mahal in India, is also decorated with mosaics, gemstone inlays in white shining marble. And the gemstones in this case are cut into different shapes and recreate either Arabic writing or flowers, and they are incredibly beautiful. And lovely ladies, have you ever seen mosaics in real life? Like similar to the ones that I showed you? Is there a specific one that you would like to maybe share with your beading friends here? You can mention where you saw some beautiful mosaics, and then we can all look them up later to get inspired. In the meantime, also Jessica joined us, Yosin, Ariane, Heather. And indeed, the wells are also meeting places for cats. And Anna says, there is a city in Europe, I can't remember which, where an artist fills in damage to the pavement with unique mosaics. And that is really interesting. And thanks for mentioning that, Anna. And Kata is here. And oh my God, Kata, get well soon. I hope that you will get well very, very soon. Or Kata is in hospital. So everyone, please send her some good thoughts and healing vibes. And Lita says in the meantime, my favorite mosaics are the one that Louis Confortifani created. They are now in the American wing of the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City. And thank you so much, Lita, also for mentioning mosaics from a very different era. And Ariana says, I saw a mosaic in the Roman settling in St. Albans. Miriam saw beautiful mosaics in Lisbon, in Portugal. And Rachel says, when I visited Italy in the ruins of Pompeii, it was amazing. And Antoinette says, my church is all in all the saints in mosaic. And Carol saw interesting mosaics in Bath, England. Oh, and Miriam knew the answer for Anna, that the mosaics in the pavement are in Lisboa. And Terry says that the windows of the Notre Dame reminded her of mosaics. And Angelina says you can check out palaces in Bukhara, Khiva, and Samarkand all along the Silk Road for pictures in incredible mosaics. Indeed, Iran, Iraq, all the countries there, they boom with beautiful, beautiful architecture. And Linda says, I have seen some in Greece, I think, but I need to look at my old pictures. I have many pictures of the mosaics. And Ariana says, and we have the Gate of Ishtar in the museum. And Laura says, there are some beautiful mosaics in the Najara Palace in Almunesar, Spain. They are Moroccan style. And Cindy says, I love the mosaics in the Maltese churches. So lovely ladies, I hope that everyone everyone got a little new information about mosaics today. And I hope that I could explain well the connection between our beading box and between mosaics. And I also hope that this little introduction of mosaics sparkled your interest, and maybe you will research them a bit more. And if you do find something interesting, then please share that knowledge with your beading friends, either in the virtual classroom of the Beadingschool Academy or in the Beadingschool Club. And now let's talk about the bead shapes that we can use to create that mosaic mood on our bead mats. So I arranged the bead shapes into groups, and I will give you some basic information about them, and I will show you examples of jewels, how you can incorporate those bead shapes to your beadwork. There are a lot of them, so I will not go deep, and it is not a full list, so I'm 100% sure that there are a lot more bead shapes that you can use to create beaded mosaics on your bead mats. But, well, let's see, what did I put together? And I think when we start thinking about mosaics on our bead mats, then many of us turn first towards the Miyuki Tila family. And I think they are just perfect to create mosaics on our bead mats. There are 3 sizes of these 2-hole beads created in Japan by the Miyuki factory. The full tila beads are 5 times 5 millimeter. The half tila beads are 5 times 2.3. And here I have to confess that I was surprised because I found this information on the official page of the Miyuki factory, and until now I thought that it's 2.5 because it's logical that it's 2.5, it's half of the tila, but Miyuki says that they are 2.3. I don't think this is such a small difference that we would notice it, but it's just a little interesting fact. And then the quarter tilas, they are 5 times 1.2 millimeters, and all of them are 1.9 millimeter thick. So when you stack them up one next to each other, then you can create a nice unified surface. And we have here beaders who really, really love the Miyuki Tila family. I am looking at you, Terry, or at least thinking at you, Terry. And lovelies, let me know which one of the Miyuki Tila family members is your favorite. Do you have a favorite? Can you make a decision? Yes, indeed. Ariana also immediately remembered Terry's love for, I think Terry's are the quarter tilas. Deb joined us in the meanwhile, and Sharon joined us in the meanwhile. Miriam says hers are the half tilas. Lita is voting for quarter tilas. And can you, I will not ask another question yet. And Terry indeed says, I have an obsession with quarter tilas. Tanya says half tilas. Antoinette quarter. Anna quarter. Yosin says, I love all of them. Angelina says, probably quarter tila because it's the most versatile. Bernadette likes the half tilas. Rachel likes the quarter tilas. Sarah, hi Sarah, likes half. Laura likes quarter. Kimberly likes half tilas. And I will also share with you which one is my favorite. So my favorite is also the quarter tila because I really love using them also in bezels, for example. And I looked up some examples of jewels for these bead shapes. And I don't say that they are mosaics, but they are some of my favorite jewels using these bead shapes. So, for example, I used the quarter tilas in the Montreal bracelet, and this is actually an oldie that was forgotten for some time. So I really think that it deserves some attention. If you love quarter tilas as much as you mentioned. Rachel also says in the meanwhile that she likes the quarter tilas. Then I have here the Indira as an example for a half tila jewel. And I really like here, I use the 12 millimeter cushion cut as the focals, and I really like here how the half tilas create like a bigger, more unified surface in between all the tiny details. And Ariana is happy for the design with the Kali beads, and Okay, I could go back. Cool. So it's called Montreal because I beaded it. I designed it in Montreal maybe like 6 years ago. So that was quite some time ago. And Ariana says that the half tillas here look like prongs. And Sarah also loves the Indira. And then I have here a design with full tillas. And for the full tillas, I selected Zeus's beautiful Aztec sun. And I know that many of you also love the Aztec sun very, very much. However, that's not all from the Miyuki family that you can use to create mosaic or geometric patterns. Even Delica beads themselves, even if tinier, they are great for creating geometric designs. And while we use all the time the size 11, and at the moment we don't carry other sizes at Beadingschool, I wanted to bring it to your attention that in fact there are 4 different sizes of Miyuki Delica beads. Oh, we also have the size 10. So the tiniest Miyuki Delica beads, they are size 15 and they are only 1.3 millimeter wide. Then the size that we use all the time, they are the size 11, 1.6 millimeter. Then the size 10, they are 2.2 millimeter. And size 8, they are pretty big. They are 3 millimeter wide. Oh, and Miriam reminded me of the Byzantine bracelet, that is also with quarter tillas. And Angelina says that she hopes that I will mention Miyuki triangles, and I didn't plan to mention them, so it's so nice that you brought them to my attention. And cubes, they were also on my mind. They were actually on my mind, and then I forgot to add them to my list. So indeed, Miyuki cubes are also great for creating geometric patterns. So while the Tilla family, they are, let's say, 2D, the cubes, they are really like cubes. And they come in 3 different sizes. They come in 1.8, 3, and 4 millimeter size. And Linda says that indeed she has lots of size 11 Miyuki Delicas, a little bit of 15, a few size 10, but she hasn't seen the size 8. And this time we also got to know a new shape of Miyuki beads that is perfect for creating geometrical patterns. And I have to confess that until recently, until I found them specifically for the Spice Bazaar box, I didn't even know that they exist. And I'm talking about the Miyuki rectangles, which are 4 times 9 millimeter. They are pretty long, and they have only one hole, which can be a challenge to make sure that they don't keep turning around. And so that's why I would say they are maybe a bit more advanced level bead, but imagine them also in bead embroidery, please. And imagine how you are sewing them down on your ultra suede, creating a bigger surface in a Miyuki color. So I think that is also a direction that we should all explore, and let's see how we can use the Miyuki rectangles in bead embroidery projects. And Miriam actually remembered that for the Caravaggio design, you need the Delica 10, size 10 beads. And I think that was actually the reason that we carry a few colors. And Angelina says, the Miyuki rectangles might be my new obsession. Oh wow, Angelina, did I infect you with that? With that infection? And Lita says, they are a brand new bead apparently. And Bernadette is asking about new colors from the rectangles. Stay with me, dear Bernadette. One color is never enough. Even if I had to choose one color from a Miyuki bead, it would for sure be the bronze that I'm showing on the picture, but one color is not enough. So I have an example here from Veronka, and this is the nutmeg design where she incorporated the Miyuki rectangle beads. And indeed, she perfectly solved the challenge that I mentioned, that you need to fix them in a way so that they don't turn around. And actually, there are two steps when you are adding Miyuki rectangles for this design. In the inside of the motif, where she stabilized the seed beads, and also I like it how the rectangles peek through, and then she framed the whole design with 4 pieces of rectangles. So that is a really, really nice addition, in my opinion. And Angelina also says, such a gorgeous design, Veronka. And then, after the Miyuki beads, I would like to talk a bit about Czech glass beads, that we also call shaped beads, pressed glass or table cut beads. And when I was researching a bit, well, the Beadingschool bead shop, among else, to find you the beads that are great for creating mosaics, then I found that there are not many between the one whole shaped beads. So I found this centimeter by centimeter big table cut beads, which are called kiwi beads, by the way, because of the pattern on the top. And they are pretty big, and indeed, because of the turning around, they would be a bit challenging to use, in my opinion. And Anna, in the meantime, mentions semicircles and pied dwarfs and quad bows that are all flat geometric shapes. Then I found a lot more in between the 2-hole table cut and pressed glassed beads in the Czech bead category, starting with the tile beads. And the tile beads, they are not the same as tila beads. They are also slightly bigger. So while the tila beads, they are 5 times 5 millimeter, the tile beads, they are 6 times 6 millimeters. So they are not interchangeable. And they are also a lot thicker than the Miyuki tila beads. And what is interesting, that the same shape in the same size, it can be made into table cut beads, and it can be made from pressed glass. And we actually had a coffee time with Erika, maybe 2 years ago in the summer, where I explained what is the difference between pressed glass and table cut. So it's actually 2 stages. I would like to remind you of that. And if you would like to learn more, then please look up that coffee time with Erika. And pressed glass is actually the first stage. And this is how it looks like. And then in some cases, so-called table cutting is applied when pieces of the glass are taken off from the pressed glass and another color might be revealed. So all table cut beads were previously pressed glass beads, but not all pressed glass beads become table cut beads, if that makes sense. In the meantime, Yusin says that she loves the tile beads a lot. And Rachel says these are just perfect for mosaic patterns. And Angelina says all Czech glass beads are an obsession all of its own. And Marta joined us. So I also looked up a tutorial that we created some years ago with the tile beads, and I think this is also something that we need to research a bit more in the future. And we had these tile beads included in the Dolce Vita Beadingschool Academy team box, and that was such a beautiful personal theme also. It was inspired by the Italian Dolce Vita vibes, and the earrings that you see on the picture, they are the Sole by Susie, and actually she used the tile beads as the focals. And just as the tila beads, the tiles are also just perfect for bead embroidery. They give more sturdiness, more structure, more texture, and you can use them, for example, also in a traveler style pendant. And Miriam says, oh yes, Sola is very beautiful, one of my favorite boxes. And Lovelace, if you would like to go back a little bit for those tutorials from the Dolce Vita box that also Linda mentions that she loved, that box was her favorite, then please check out. And Timmy is with me now. So Timmy, if you are here, then you can already make the beads available. So we added lots and lots of colors of the tile beads to the bead shop. And please be a bit patient because Timmy is working in the background. But as you can see, they come in many different turquoise shades. That's the best. That's the best. And Terry says, I used the tile beads in my mosaic flower design that is in the files on the side. Oh, Terry, you are so right, and thank you so much for that. And Rachel is asking if the tile beads are from Miyuki. No, they are Czech. They are Czech glass beads. And also, Ruxandra had a tutorial with them, as Lita mentions, the Mosaico. And Linda says that there are also mini tile beads available now. Thank you so much for bringing that to my attention, Linda. I need to look into it. Definitely. I like that idea. So as you can see, there is a kind of a foresty, oceany collection with lots of turquoise. By the way, this is something that we have never looked into, but which one is your favorite turquoise shade? I love the Picasso turquoise very much, but also this lighter turquoise. This is such a nice forest collection. But there is also a fiery collection of tile beads waiting for you. And an elegant collection for the elegant ladies of our beading gang. But let's see what else is great for creating geometrical mosaic patterns. And first, when I started to think about this, then I was fixating on squares, cubes, rectangles. But actually, when I returned to my pictures from Morocco, from Turkey, from India, then I had to realize that the mosaics, they are not all created from squares and rectangles. There are a lot more shapes, and we can do the same. So including gem duos and diamond duos might also be a nice idea for beaded mosaics. And I combined this also in my Bakcha motif that is coming soon as the second signature tutorial of the Spice Bazaar collection. And here you can see actually the half tilas together, bicon beads together that are also very fitting in my opinion, and the gem duos. And this really, when I look at the colors, this brings me back to Morocco. And I need to go back to Morocco sometime again. And Miriam says in the meanwhile that she loves all turquoise shades. And Linda says that her favorite is the seafoam turquoise. Oh my God. Sometimes even the names of the colors are so amazing that they already bring us into the mood, and they make us love them even more. The stardust turquoise is also so beautiful. And Kimberly says, I love how many colors are in this Bakja design, Erika. Thank you, Kimberly. And this is Morocco. This is for me, this is Marrakesh completely. And while Linda mentioned that the tile beads have mini versions, although so the gem duos and the diamond duos have mini versions, and these two, they are I mean the gem duos and the diamond duos, and then the mini gem duos and the mini diamond duos, they are interchangeable because the tops are different, but the sizes and the shapes are exactly the same. So keep that in mind when you are selecting something for your jewels. And I looked up something with mini gem duos, and this is Isabel by Angelica. And I'm so incredibly happy that lately Angelica has again more time to bead with us. And once we even had a little coffee together, and it was amazing. And this is a beautiful tutorial that she created. I also love it very much, by the way, how she used the little filigree. And I mentioned that not only the strictly squarey and rectangular shapes are great for beaded mosaics, but I think vibe duos might also be very, very fitting. The vibe duos, we are still with the Czech pressed glass beads, and these have also two holes running parallel, and they are 8 times 8 millimeter big. And I looked up actually the very first design that I created with vibe duos, and it was the Drenthe earrings. Oh my God, and Rachel says Morocco is awesome to visit. My in-laws are living there. Love the scenarios and the food. Oh my God, that's so nice, Rachel. Then I bet you go a lot. But to return to the bead shapes included actually in the Spice Bazaar bead collection, yes, indeed, we also have the bar beads, which for me, this was the first time that I got to play with the bars. They are part of the checkmates family. The checkmates, they are super nicely combinable with each other because the distance between the holes is always the same. And the bar beads, they have two holes. They are 2 times 6 millimeter big. And what I like about them very, very much, that among else, they also come in the Pacifica colors, and the Pacifica colors are my absolute favorites recently. That's why we also ordered for you custom made both sizes, the 3 and the 4 millimeter fire polished beads in Pacifica colors, because normally they are available, I think, only in the 4, and we ordered custom made the 3, or the other way, but I know that one of them was made specifically for you beading school beaders. And the bar beads also come in the Pacifica colors. And an example of using the bar beads is my Ravia. And actually, this is going to be No One Has to Be Alone design that we are going to be together the day after tomorrow on Thursday. So I think you might also need some more colors of the bar beads. So I have, for example, this romantic bead bundle for you with several different bar bead colors, among else also a Pacifica or 2 or 3. Then I also have here this ocean collection of bar beads, and the forest one, and the fire one, and an elegant one. And out of these collections, which one was your favorite, ladies? Elegant, fire, forest, ocean, or romantic? I'm curious. Which colors would you like to use for your new Ravia earrings? And Rachel unfortunately can't travel at the moment. I really hope that you will get better soon, dear Rachel, and then you can go again. And in the meantime, Linda mentioned that there are also tango triangles, 1 and 2 hole triangles, and puka triangles that look like pyramid beads. And Lita says that she likes the turquoise ones. Of course. Rachel says that hers are the romantic and the elegant. Christina likes the romantic. Linda is also for the romantic. I know that. Cindy is for fire. And Angelina says ocean has chartreuse, and I have a weakness for chartreuse. That makes the two of us. Absolutely, Angelina. Yosin likes forest and the fire. And hi, Sue. And Wendy likes romantic and elegant. Rachel is also for fire. Anita is for forest. Linda just simply says great color choices. And that's why, ladies, we try to create all this so everyone finds her own. And that is so awesome to see how you embrace them. And let's see what else. I think we can also use Vexolo beads for mosaic patterns. They are 5 times 8 millimeter, again, 2 hole elongated triangles. And this is, I think, my absolute favorite Vexolo model. It was designed by Susie. It's called Pygmalion. And she also incorporated diamond duos and storm duos, lots of picon beads, and the Rivoli. Then, actually, someone already mentioned the kite beads, and I wanted to incorporate them into the Spice Bazaar box, and I was very, very upset when I found out that I couldn't find them in the manufacturers. So, yeah, I will miss this. This was a good shape. You might still see some in the beading world, but at the moment, to my big, big, big disappointment, I couldn't order them. Another shape that I wanted to incorporate, it was the honeycomb. And again, I think this was one of the really good bead shapes. And you know that I am critical of colors and shapes and everything because I want quality and I want volume. And some of the bead shapes on the market, they don't give me as much ideas. They maybe give me 1 or 2 specific ways of how I can use them. But I think both the honeycombs and the kite beads, they were really, really good bead shapes. So I don't understand the decision. And please allow me this moment of complaining. I'm usually a very positive person, but what's happening? These are good. Bring them back, please. I will bead with them a lot. But, well, someone already mentioned the beam beads, and they are in fact the big sister or big brother of the bar beads that we are using. So while the bars have 2 holes, the beams have 3 holes, so they are slightly longer. And the bars are 3 times 6 millimeters, and the beams are 3 times 10. And actually, there was again a coffee time where I talked about how you can use beam beads in your beaded design. And I need to look them up for you, so you don't need to look them up. But yeah, beam beads are also perfect for geometric designs, in my opinion. And Tanya shares my opinion that the honeycombs and the kites were so nice. And the beams, I wanted to show you Nitti's Valerie pendant. It is a bead embroidered pendant where she used the beams, and she also used one of the beading school art cabochons. Then, after the glass beads, I would also like to mention glass cabochons that you can use in the middle of your geometric designs or mosaic designs. And there are so many different shapes and sizes of glass cabochons that you can incorporate that this is a chapter that I will skip. Otherwise, we will spend time together until maybe tomorrow the same time. So there are many different cabochons, glass cabochons that you can use as your focals in your geometric designs. I would like to mention two because I think they are a bit again forgotten and they deserve attention. And one of them were these cute 6x8 rectangles in metal claw settings, and the other ones were the lotus cabochons, this octagon lotus, and I actually used both of them in the Sassifraga. And the Sassifraga, what a coincidence, it also comes from the Dolce Vita collection that Linda and Miriam mentioned, if I remember correctly, that box was their favorite. And there are also other cabochons that can give you a geometric feel, and exactly that mosaic inspiration is the reason why I decided that the Spice Bazaar collection is the perfect time to bring you the square-shaped beading school art cabochon. And Aniko created a beautiful pendant for you, the Moroccan tile, that you can enjoy later. And this is like so Morocco, so much the mood of the Spice Bazaar, so many rich details, but everything in harmony. Aniko did such a good job with the cabochon. Then we also have a hand-pressed cabochon included in the Spice Bazaar Beading School Academy team box. There are 3 different colors alternating, so you maybe got a green one, maybe got a blue one, or maybe got a red one. And the pattern and the shape, they also reminded me of the mood of the Spice Bazaars. And then I found something else that I think would be very fitting for creating geometrical patterns, but we haven't met these ones yet. So I actually don't yet have a pattern to show you, but this also intrigued my fantasy. These are pressed glass cabochons from the same series as the teardrop-shaped pressed glass cabochons that we had during the Bird of Paradise collection. So the same manufacturer from the Czech Republic. And these are 14x14 squares. They are flat from the back, so you can easily incorporate them into your bead embroidery, but also they are great for bezeling. And I am really curious how you will play with this, because they are also coming to the Beading School bead shop. And Angelina says that these remind her of the Tuho pyramid beads, and that is a very good note, Angelina. The pyramid beads, I think they are 6x6, and there is a bigger version of 8x8, maybe even a 12x12. And these are even bigger, 14x14, and they are not drilled. So ladies, which is your favorite shape from everything that I showed you, or something else that in your opinion is fit for creating geometrical mosaics on our bead mat. Yosin is asking, these don't have holes? No, these are cabochons, so they don't have holes. These can be your focals. You can bezel them with peyote. You can bezel them with bigger beads. So they are pretty big, 14 times 14 millimeter. And Justin finds Aniko's pendant very beautiful. Of course, it's one of the most beautiful jewels that I have seen from Aniko. And Christina says that she can't choose a favorite. Rachel says that her favorite is the gem duo. Cindy says it's hard to pick because these are all beautiful. Rita likes the Tilla family, and then the gem duos and the diamond duos. Rachel likes tile beads. She says, I think the tile beads have a lot of charm. I like them, and the colors are amazing. And Linda says, Amos beads are very pretty to make flowers. Georgina. So, lovely ladies. While walking around in a spice bazaar, it's actually not just spices, not just gemstones that you can find. And we can find beautiful local markets all around the world, not only in Morocco, not only in Turkey or Egypt or Israel, but I'm 100% sure that wherever you live, somewhere nearby, you can find a beautiful, beautiful market with some interesting things. And actually, I also really love the markets here in the Netherlands. And in September, I went on a really nice day trip with a friend to Delft. And Delft is let's say, my second favorite city here in the Netherlands. My absolute favorite is, of course, Amsterdam, but Delft is second close. And one of the reasons why I love Delft is because of the absolutely amazing flea market every Saturday. And you might have noticed that on my pictures, you can recently see a little spoon that I use to pick up my beads. And I got it actually during that trip in Delft in September. But I ended up buying not one, but 4. So today I would also like to share with you my treasures that I found in the market, in the flea market of Delft. So soon we will post this giveaway picture that you can see on the picture on the screen next to me. And there will be 3 lucky beaders that will receive a spoon like mine from the Delft flea market. So there will be a question that you need to answer to win, and you can answer that question until next Monday, and then we will select the 3 winners during next week's coffee time. And you can already start thinking about it, that the question will be, what has been your best find from a local market or from an oriental or a vintage market that you have visited? So we will post the picture, and then you can comment under the picture to have a chance to get one of the little spoons that I got for you. And in the meantime, Aniko is here with us, and she says, if someone likes contemporary style, all these square shapes are so inspirational for modern jewelry. So right, Aniko. to give a fresh vibe to our jewels. Jessica is drawn to wax solos, and Eve would like to see how she can look up tutorials based on bead shapes, and that is such a good idea, Eve, to look into that. I'm going to share my screen with you. Just a moment. So I will also post to the comments that where can you find all the screen sharing disappeared. Okay, hopefully I am back and the screen sharing is back. So here you can find all the tutorials. And if you scroll down, then there is a part called Find a Tutorial with 2-hole cabochons, 2-hole daggers, beam beads, collie beads, ginkgos, lemon cabochons, slender bugles. So twist whatever bead shape you are looking for. And if you click on that bead shape, then it will bring you up the tutorials that use that specific bead shape. And I think it's really, really helpful when you are looking for a tutorial. And Irena is asking that where is the question? It's not there yet. We will post it on the Beadingschool page soon, so keep an eye open. It's coming. And Linda is asking how easy it is to square Basel the square. I don't think that in this case it would be, and a very good question, but I don't think that it would be possible to square stitch Basel the square shape. But please prove me wrong. I hope someone will try it. And while you are searching for the tutorials in the Beadingschool bead shop, I also would like to recommend to check out the new in the bead shop category, because indeed we added lots of colors from the tile beads. And I love the pale turquoise Picasso and the Picasso turquoise. Those are two different colors. Pale turquoise Picasso and simple turquoise Picasso. They are also bundled up into different combinations. Then you can also find the new Miyuki rectangle beads in the bead shop category. Then the square-shaped pressed glass cabochons that I mentioned, and we have, for example, crystal vitrillite, which is absolutely beautiful. As you can see, there are many, many colors of the tile beads waiting for you. There are not that many colors from the Miyuki rectangles and the square cabochons, but there are some very nice basic ones available, the neutral ones available. And you can also find here still the faceted donut beads in different colors, and the bar beads also in the amazing Pacifica colors that I mentioned earlier. And the Treasury ladies also worked hard on restocking your favorites. Among else, there was a big Miyuki half Tila bead restock happening. So it's really nice to check it out, that what is available now. And here in the general Treasury restock category, you can see everything that was restocked recently. So Lovely ladies, do you have any questions for me left for today? I would like to mention one more time the giveaway. So we will soon post the picture on the Beading School Facebook page where you can comment. And Lita is asking if you are allowed or supposed to include a picture of our finds. I think it will not be possible to include a picture on the page because Facebook doesn't allow that. If it allows, then please do, but it will not be a must. You can, but don't have to. You can if Facebook allows. And upcoming events. So on Thursday, we will have a No One Has to Bead online beading workshop for the Ravia design. And next week on Tuesday, we didn't have a live design session for the Celestial Lantern because of the winter holidays. So I wanted to have a live design session as soon as possible. So next week we are live designing together and I can't wait. And it will be amazing with all these new shapes and colors and all the beautiful combinations of the spice markets. I would also like to thank everyone for your kind words about the newest Beading School Academy team and team boxes. I see so many lovely responses, and thank you so much for taking the time, for typing in your opinion, for talking about the Beading School Academy with your beading friends and sharing it on your own social media. Please, please, please keep doing that. It is very important for us. It is of great help. Also, if you bead a design that you know that originally was connected to a Beading School Academy team box by Niti or Ruxandra or anyone, Zuzi, me, then please also mention Beading School Academy. It is a great help for us if more beaders know about Beading School and the Academy. And Rachel says she has a quick question about academy box shipping. Do fuchsia boxes ship out first in general? Indeed, dear Rachel. First, the fuchsia boxes go to the post offices, and then when all the fuchsia boxes are on their way, then we get to the turquoise boxes. And Linda there is a bit of confusion about the cubic zirconia. If I remember well, then there is one in the turquoise box and two in the fuchsia. But please, please, please send this question to info@beadingschool.com because we would like to double check. I would like to double check. But this is how I remember it. And Irene is asking, calendars haven't shipped yet, have they? You mean the Beaders calendar, Irene? We are shipping them consecutively, so you should be getting it anytime soon. If there is any doubt about a bead order, then please give us a few days. We wanted to finish sending out everything by the end of January. And if you don't have news, then please get in touch at info@beadingschool.com because your beautiful beaders calendar should be on its way. So lovely ladies, thank you again for your company today. It was amazing. Now I need to get ready because I'm going to the opera today and I'm going to wear my beautiful wintertime blooming necklace and I can't wait. And I can't wait also to meet you all on Thursday for No One Has to Be Alone. And I would like to say goodbye with the words from one of our Beading School Academy students, Ariana. And she says, going on a different adventure every 2 months with the Beading School Academy helps widen your horizons with information, inspiration, and color. It is a playful way to step out of your comfort zone. I never knew I had so much creativity. Thank you, Erika and Beading School, for everything you do. And thank you so much, Ariana, for your kind words and for sharing your experience. And thank you, everyone, for beading together. And I am really looking forward to share this new Spice Bazaar adventure with our Beading School Academy students. Have a nice day, everyone. Take care. Bye bye.